Hello, just a small update of what I'm going to do today in getting back to DIY. One of the reasons that it took me so long is because I was nursing a sore neck, sore arm. I don't know if I pulled something in my sleep or while I was exercising or what. But I spent many nights laying flat on the floor because I thought that would help. I heard somewhere it would. And then I had to do these exercises where I was raising my neck up and down and from side to side every day and doing all sorts of things. And so I'm finally getting back to where I feel like I can get back into doing what I want to do. But in the meantime, in doing all that, I think that I'm going to change. I was going to do the master bedroom first, but now I think I'm going to do the middle bedroom, the next bedroom that I do, just to clear it out so that I can move all this flooring up there before I do the middle bedroom. And that way the downstairs will not be like a construction zone. So I'll get started. Thanks. Okay, these are the places that I've already marked that I need to touch up for painting. And got one there. And then in the closet, I wasn't too great. And there's where I patched a hole, and so it left a mark. And up there, there, right there, right there, and right there. And then down here, I had some screw holes that I put the screws in first before I put this board that butted up against it. And then when I tried to butt it up against it, of course the screws were sticking out. So I took the screws out, and I plan on filling those holes with this wood filler that is stainable and paintable. And I had some of these little coloring sticks that I'm going to color the stain over, and then just put a light coat of polyurethane over it, like I have over everything. And there, I don't know if you can see those spots that need paint touch up. Maybe one of them over here will show up better. See the little holes? That's what they all have. And maybe I wasn't too fastidious about doing this painting job. And actually, it's my contacts. My contacts, when I have them in, are great. I have Perfect Vision 20/20. Finally, they were able to correct it to that because I had a detached retina in the right eye. And when I have them in, it diminishes my close-up focus just a bit. I mean, I can still see the phone, but the finer details, like these little spots, I can't see. So when I took my contacts out after painting, I realized I wasn't too fastidious about doing this paint job. But anyway, that's why I'm going to get this all cleaned up before I start moving everything in this room. And let me see, one other thing I wanted to, the tools, of course, the tools. I have a little paintbrush and then just a regular 1.5-inch paintbrush and a roller. And that is what I'm going to put paint on with paintbrush, and then I'm going to roll it on with a damp roller just to have the same consistency as the rolled walls. Of course, the paint and the wood filler. And one other thing that I didn't explain, when I put in this flooring, of course, I have that numbering system. I'm going to do it in the other room too. And so what happens is I end up with a sheet like this that has every board number, because I numbered all my boards from 1 to 24, I believe it was. Every board number is listed that is on this floor. Maybe it's a little fastidious. Maybe you want to call it OCD. But I think the floor looks great. Okay, I got my setup in this corner, and I'm not going to show you me repainting or touching up all these little paint spots. I just fixed this here for me to do these or some of these. And since I don't have any kind of way to hold this, I'm going to use my right hand to paint and my left hand to hold the camera. And all I do is just brush it on wherever you see those white marks. Okay, I just brush it on. Sorry about the camera position. Okay. And then once I brush it on of all the spots, I take my damp roller, which I have here, and I just roll over it. And that's just to give it the consistency and blend in with what's already there once it dries. Oops, I need to fire this cameraman. Sorry about that. But anyway, that's really all you do to touch up any spots. And like I say, I'm not going to go through all these and do them, but that's what I'm going to do to all these spots. Okay, when I wanted to patch these holes, I got this Minwax stainable wood filler, and I've had it for a while, and I couldn't get it to squeeze out, so I didn't know how old it was, so I was just going to throw it away. I cut it open, and it is pretty dried up, but it was pliable enough that I could put some in the holes. It says it takes 2 hours to dry. I doubt it would take that 2 hours to dry since it's already very, very old, I guess. But I'm going to see how that goes, and then I'll color it with my little coloring pen. And if that blends in, then I'll just put a coat of polyurethane on it, and we'll be done with this room. Okay, now this has had time to dry, so I'm going to see if this little coloring pen works. I love these things. Look at that. Beautiful. And then I'll put a coat of polyurethane over that, and that will be fine. Oh, in case you're wondering, I don't even know if I'm sure this is old. This was by Guardian. Came with its own little here I am knocking everything over. I have to get the vacuum cleaner up here again. Okay, I'll vacuum that up. Okay, this room, I'm finally finished. All the walls are touched up, and I did have the lamp over there, but it hid that picture. Not that the bed's going to be in here anyway. It's going to be in the other room. But here is this room all finished. Okay, this is the part where I thank you for watching, and also, if you liked a little bit of it, if you press the subscribe button, please. It's totally free. And then this is also the part that I say the next part is where I practice singing. And it may be rough, so if you don't like that kind of thing, now is the time you can turn it off. Thank you. I always thought you hung the moon where you went, I wanted to be. Soon I learned you were just my first crush. You still on the moon, but not for me. So I'll keep searching for my own moon hanger. Maybe one day we'll hang each other's moon. Maybe one day we'll hang each other